Definitely the community it builds.
It's taught me leadership, it's taught me resilience.
Many people might go on to not play collegiately, but they can take a lot of skills that they learn and use it in their professional life, in their future careers.
High school sports are worth protecting because it gives students an outlet to grow, to become a leader, to become what they want to be.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Roxbury High School as GSHSW presents this matchup between the Morris Knolls Golden Eagles and the Roxbury Gaels. This Northwest Jersey Athletic Conference early season matchup here, 10 a.m. on the Tuesday before New Year's. Donald J. Brower here with James Clark. James, these teams, battled. They're two quality teams. Talk a little bit about them.
Oh, well, definitely last year was an instant classic. Came right down to the wire, came down at the last bout, and Knolls ended up winning it on top, 34-33, and helping them move up into the American Division this year, and a much tougher American Division with Mount Olive, Pope John, and Westmore Central. This is going to be a nice quality matchup between the two teams today. These two teams know each other extremely well. Great matchup here, and a lot of even bouts coming into the match today.
Yeah, it was like, hey, Morris Knolls, congratulations. Here's Mount Olive, here's Westmore, here's Pope John. Here's a tougher division, but I think Morris Knolls wanted that. Morris Knolls coming a little bit banged up today, but should have most of its lineup in there. And Roxbury is one of these teams we've talked about. When you talk about Roxbury, you look at them, they're moving forward with this team. They finished third, like we said last year, in the National Division. They're a young, up-and-coming team. They're looking to get some of those kids on the mat, prove themselves. You got head coach DJ Roman, who finished 12-10 last year. They're led by Charlie Bazinski, a state qualifier. So, they're a team that you want to keep an eye on. They can scare some people, and they can shock some people, once they get going. And then on the flip side, you got Morris Knolls, as we said, who moved up to the National Division, the American Division, after finishing first in the National, 19-5. Couple, like I said, banged up a little bit. They're going to be led by Luke Shivas, a state qualifier last year. Head coach Andy Vasily, doing a great job getting this team going. They actually have so many kids now. When I went and filmed the preview video, you literally couldn't walk without hitting a wrestler in that small room. They have numbers are way up for this school, and it's an amazing season. And I think they're going to be well. It'll see how they get through these early days, though.
Yeah, definitely, and I think it's really going to come down to the coin flip here as well, too, especially in a very even match between the two. As you said, Don, many of the guys from Morris Knolls are missing in this matchup here today, but we're just going to make things a little bit closer, so the coin flip is going to be crucial.
We're going to get started here in a minute, but before we do that, let's thank our sponsor, the main sponsor today, the Harrington Companies. Harrington Demolition Recycling, Harrington Construction, Hoffman Supply, the official sponsor of GSHSW.com's live wrestling coverage here. As I said, we're coming to you live from Roxbury High School. Donald J. Brower, James Clark, at GSHSW.com, the premier high school wrestling provider in all of New Jersey. We show the most matches. We have the best product. We are the best. That is not a wrestler out there in the hat. I'm sure they're filming a hype video for later on.
Yeah, I would only imagine so.
Gonna get started here with the Lehighs. It looks like they're gonna start at 144, if my math is correct, if they haven't changed that from JV. So right out of the gate, I'm sure pretty soon we're gonna get to see Bazinski here in the next couple bouts. And then it's going to be interesting in these middle to lower weights for both these teams. quality wrestlers, but this is the first dual meet for Knolls. And, you know, Roxbury's had a couple, but those guys, when they're under the lights, you can have the greatest practice wrestlers, but it's when you get under those lights in front of people how they perform.
Yeah, definitely Roxbury's had a pretty good start being 1-1 so far. Obviously taking a tough one to Hanover Park just 2 weeks ago, and then beating Morristown in their divisional matchup there. So Roxbury, you got to watch for them in the middleweights because they're going to be pretty solid up there all throughout the year and could surprise some people.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really good matchup here.
Today's match will start at the 144-pound weight class.
We are starting at 144.
At 106 for Morris Knolls, Travis Gentile. And for the Gaels, Ben Clegg or Lincoln Blank.
And Coach Roman, you know, he's been here for quite a long time, wrestled here when he was in high school as well, too. He's just trying to carry on the tradition, the pride of tradition, as the saying goes, here at Roxbury High School, especially for the wrestling team where he grew up.
I think he's entering, if I remember correctly, his 7th year as head coach. I know he's a long-time assistant under Dolan before them, and, you know, wrestled here. And this is his program, and I mean he's got some quality kids, and you can see that in how Basinski wrestles. He reminds me a lot of Roman, how he used to wrestle.
Yeah, definitely. I always been impressed every time I see Charlie Basinski wrestle. He always just impresses every time. It always seems like as the match goes on, he just gets better and better and better technique-wise. He's very technically sound. He's very quick on his feet. He definitely takes advantage and gets those extra bonus points that the Gaels will be looking for all throughout the season.
That should be a good matchup right there. Heiss.
And for the Gaels, Charlie Basinski. At 165 for Knolls, Andy Montoya. And for the Gaels, Jose Gonzalez Hernandez.
Another wrestler to watch out for the Gaels this year, too. Up at 175, Nolan Monahan as well, too, who kind of surprised a lot of people last year with a 13-11 record from a year ago. He's really been coming in and working really extremely hard, trying to work into the offseason and get better for this season to help out in the upper weights and middleweights.
Well, the one thing we just heard, if you guys are paying attention, 215, Knolls didn't have anybody weigh in. So they don't have a wrestler right there. So that'll be 6 right there. But we'll see if they can overcome that against this young, hungry Roxbury team.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, anytime you're going down 6, it's always tough, but it can be done.
Yeah, we're going to be starting at 144. Here come the captains, Shivas and Basinski. And here comes the rest of the captain from Knolls. I guess I forgot to come.
Yeah, Shivas definitely was correct me if I'm wrong, Don, I know he was an MCT champion from a year ago.
He had a good run last year, yes.
So I think he definitely will do some big things going into the season as well, too. Was really impressed with the way he wrestled last year.
My favorite thing about Shivas, too, is how excited his father gets to watch him wrestle. And I got to see it last year down at States, and I ultimately just want to put a camera on him next year at States when his son's wrestling. It's you can't help but feel like excited.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, this is a young team. Definitely, they were a complete team last year. They've been really on the run these last couple of years. So Roxbury will show up first.
See who's coming out here. It's going to be Sean Morris. Morris and Forbes. Morris and Forbes.
And a really good weight class here to start. I always like the random draw that really comes out from these matches. And, you know, everyone's always like traditional 106, but I kind of like the random draws because it really puts the pressure onto the last weight class of who can come out as the hero. It changes things up a little bit.
Well, I was a heavyweight, so I always enjoyed the like kind of little bit of a weight, but yeah, it's interesting.
It makes things a little bit more different. It definitely changes the outcome of the match, and I don't think a lot of people really think about that. As he has something run here, he might be running something in through the half. Now he has a cross-face cradle right there. Of course, that's a Morris Knolls favorite, as they like those cross-face near-side cradles. Because we've seen from a lot from last year, seeing these guys a couple of times. But he's running something tight here. He's up 3-0 here. Under 30 seconds left to go here. It's a tough ride that he's been holding up here. A really good job of the riding here, but doing a better job even on the bottom as well, too. Not willing to give up any of those additional back points as Forbes. He's doing a good job wrestling tough and working up to his pace.
Got that wrist. I don't know if he's going to have enough time to kind of get any points out of here. Trying to run it up top there, but lets it go and thinks he's going to be happy. Going to get a stall warning, too, on Forbes down there.
Yeah, definitely, especially those last 5 seconds, too. He was just kind of laying there. So that definitely is warranted for a stall warning.
I think once he got rid of the wrist and he wasn't trying to get up, that was where it kind of said, okay, there might be some stalling going on here.
Yeah, that's definitely what the officials will call every single time on bottom. As Morris is up here 3-0 for the Golden Eagles. As Morris stands, he's trying to separate himself away, and he's going to give up the escape, make it 4-0 Morris of Morris Knolls.
You almost wonder if Forbes kind of in his head knew he had the warning and didn't want to try to take him back down and get called, because, you know, when you're in that position, you got to know where you're at on the mat, and if you're in the middle of the mat trying to grab him back, they might bang you real quick. You don't want to give up a cheap point, but got the underhook here. He's going to run. He's going to get to 3.
He's got that front headlock position running tight. Not in a great position there yet, but he's got to be able to put the chest-to-chest pressure on and be able to finish him off right here.
And he's got the time, too. He's still got a minute 20 left. He doesn't have to rush anything. He can just literally set and slowly just work over. He's got the time.
He's got a lot of time, and coaches always really encourage wrestlers and just really enforce on wrestlers, take your time. Don't rush yourself to any kind of pin. It's not a pinning contest. And he gets the fall. Puts Knolls on the board, 6-0 over Roxbury at 2:58. And then we'll be going up here to the 150-pound weight class. Knolls will show up first here.
See who they send out. Today's broadcast is presented by Champion Athlete Sports Nutrition, Apex Wrestling, the Harrington School, Estabilt, and Performance Trophies. This is going to be...
This is Bray from Morris Knolls.
Bray from Morris Knolls. And for Roxbury. This is Heights.
Heights here for Roxbury.
And this is who from Knolls? This was Bray, Anthony Bray for Knolls.
Yep, Anthony Bray from Morris Knolls and Hypes from Roxbury. As he is on a shot a little bit, but a front headlock position there is Bray. And doing a really good job with that as well, too. He's trying to run something from that as he has the near side cradle in that kind of position, but he wasn't able to really quite lock up out of it, so he's in the front headlock, and then they go out of bounds.
Minute 8 seconds left.
As hand fighting continues here between both wrestlers. See if he could try and work something here in a 0-0 matchup right here between these two wrestlers. The aggressor so far has been Bray of Morris Knolls. And getting on a shot there of his own is Hypes. See if he can try and do anything with it, but hasn't really been able to do anything. Needs to try to pop his head out to get the 3. Near the takedown right there, but blocking it off is Bray and doing a really good job with that too. But Hypes is near takedown right here. Just needs a little bit more of that pressure and just watch his head. Make sure he doesn't get caught in a headlock.
He almost wants to do a hip tackle drop down, but Bray is doing real well here fighting it off. Oh, they gave him the 3. I don't know if I would have called it.
It was, you know, you just see that one toe tap right there inbounds, and that's, you know.
It was close. It could have been called either way. I'll say it like that way.
Yeah, it was definitely right at the edge of the mat, just barely.
We saw people we saw some of that at other tournaments get waved off, so.
But a really good, hard-fought 3-0 after one period between both wrestlers. Bray has definitely been the defensive wrestler so far, with Hypes taking the shots so far. He's won on 2 shots and finally was successful with 1.
Bray's got to watch too, because he keeps reaching back. He might give something, an opening there for Hypes. He doesn't want, you never want to turn and give your guy a chance to take you right to the mat. And like if he's opening that up there, as we get a stall warning on Hypes.
Yeah, coaches always preach about do not reach back, because you're always giving your opponent always something to their advantage right there. Unless if you're very lengthy and like to work on reverse cradles, then that's something if you're good at it.
If you're lanky like a Hallowitz from North Warren or somebody like that whose arms and legs, that's different. But some of these guys, you're just giving up, leverage, and that's what you don't want.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, these guys definitely here, as we kind of approach the middleweights, are all definitely guys that are very technique, but they're also a lot more strength, if anything else.
They're going to give him the escape there. 1, not 2.
That's what coaches always preach, 1, not 2. So, of course, Coach Roman definitely wants this toss-up match as his wrestler is up 3-1.
Bray trying to get around, but I'll tell you what, Hypes has got that wrist control underneath. Wants to try to spin around if he can.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely been wrestling. Both wrestlers have been wrestling defensively and definitely counter off with the shots, but Bray is near the takedown. I think he's going to get it here as soon as he hooks up, but he gets the takedown.
Cleared the hip there. Great job. Great. That was great by Bray. Broke him down, just slowly, methodically came around, got the 3.
And it was just great technique-wise as well, too, especially with your legs. If you know your leg is kind of trapped underneath there a little bit, you can definitely kick yourself out of it, mule kick yourself out of it, and that's exactly what he did in a 4-3 match here for Bray, and a beautiful mat return there by Bray with 10 seconds to go here in the second. That's going to be the end of 2 periods with Anthony Bray of Morris Knolls. He leads us 4-3 over Matt Hypes of Roxbury. It's going to go into the 3rd period now with Hypes choosing bottom to start the 3rd period.
We corrected it. There was an issue with our scoreboard.
Of course, you got to love technology sometimes.
No, it was working fine, and it just sometimes it wasn't correcting there. So for some reason, when we were hitting the one button, the scoreboard was counting it as something else. But great job by my guys getting everything fixed.
Yeah, definitely. Great job by Zach. I always ensure to make sure that I give him a shout out every time when we do a match.
1 point matchup here.
And he's working to the side, Bray, and he's actually wrestling extremely smart because he understands he can waste as much time as he can. As long as he sits on that ankle, he is fine. They're not going to hit him for a stall unless if he's riding parallel.
Here we get a mat return or a cut. Nice mat return.
And Bray, we haven't really seen him a lot on top, but he's definitely been extremely impressive here as he's been wrestling extremely tough. Has a minute of riding time here in the third period. And
not that counts in high school wrestling, but he
I've always made that argument for a long time that it should be embedded into high school wrestling.
They would never do it. I guarantee that never happen.
No, probably not.
The one thing you got to worry about though here, if you're Bray, you're on top, but you're only up by 1. So if he gets out of here late, now it ties the score up. You kind of put yourself in a bad position. If you feel you could take him down or you get him out, as we might get hit. Get a stalling here on Bray, pushing him out of bounds.
Yeah, and I knew he was going to get hit of that. As soon as we've seen that a lot to start the season out with wrestlers that have been running right out of bounds, you're going to get hit with Saul every single time if you're the top wrestler. Every time.
See, I'm still interested with Bray why he doesn't just let him up. I mean, I know he's down there in 30 seconds, but you get close, you want to get him down. But if you think you can ride him for the next 23 seconds, go for it. Maybe get some points, but you took him down earlier. I don't see why you don't let him up and just go for give your move.
Yeah, no, he's been riding tough, Bray, and if he can hold out here in the last 10 seconds of this match, he's going to win it in a huge toss-up match here with Knolls, despite having a couple of guys out of the lineup, especially 215.
I'll tell you what, I was wrong. Great job by Bray there. I thought he'd get banged again. He held him down, wins it 4-3. So now they're up 9-0, and it's great job so far by them.
Yeah, no, I mean, Knolls has definitely been on the ball. They've been taking the shots. They've been being the aggressor so far. Roxbury's just trying to get heated up a little bit, and here we go with 157 pounds. We have Charlie Basinski.
This is going to be Basinski for them.
For the Gaels.
See who they send out here.
And this is Vincent Diasti from the Golden Eagles and Basinski for the Gaels. Basinski definitely poising for a great year this year in his senior year for the Gaels. And as I said before, and you're going to see this in this matchup as well too, he's just so quick with his takedowns. He is so quick.
3 points there for him.
As he works there on the Turk, right at the edge of the mat. They're going to go out of bounds and get a restart here. Wouldn't be surprised if Basinski just decided to cut him and go back on his feet and play the takedown game.
I don't know. I think he was the way he was trying to throw his legs in there. I think he was going for something down there and get some points because he just wants to get it done. But lets him up. Lets him try to work himself up. So you have to look at this team this way. Basinski kind of figure is going to give you the bonus points, whether that's 5, whether that's 6, and you're kind of expecting the same thing from Shivas. 5, 6, so that's a trade-off there. So if you're Morris Knolls, you got to build up a big enough lead because you got to overcome a 215 you're missing, and potentially a lower weight.
Yeah, definitely, and those are kind of the toss-up matches, especially at 215 for Knolls, who's going to be having to move around in their lineup. They're going to have to really figure out what they're going to do there, but this is really great job here by Basinski. He's up 6-1. Now he's going to try to work on something. He wanted to get that takedown early and caught him and get another takedown to build up points early and get bonus points for his team.
Basinski here 6-1.
As he has that hammer lock thrown in there is Basinski. Under 30 seconds left to go here in the first, and Basinski trying to work on a tilt, but not really in a great position there is Basinski, and he's going to go out of bounds.
It's going to be 1 point for Diasti. Excuse me. Did they? Yeah, 6-2.
Yep. 6-2. Going to get another takedown there is Basinski. But Diasti has been really doing a good job with, not getting turned and not really giving up any of the cheap points as well, too.
And that's the one thing you see, like, obviously, and it's take nothing away from Diasti compared to Baczynski. Baczynski right now is the better wrestler on the mat. And that takes nothing away with that. If you're Diasti, your goal is to not give up that bonus point. Limit him to a 4, possibly, maybe even a 5. You don't want to give up the 6. Because those bonus points will be the ones at the end that, come back and haunt you. So if you get tech fault here, that's fine. Give up your 5. Don't give up a 6. And I guarantee that's what was preached.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, knowing Coach Vasily and the Morris Knolls Golden Eagles and just how they've been wrestling, they don't give up points very easily. They wrestle tough. They'll always wrestle 6 minutes. They'll give anybody a fight.
He's working that. He's trying to run that. Looks like he's got the underhook. Uses the wrist to tilt him over. Going to get some swipes here. Did he get swipe? Did he start swipe? Thought he was getting some swipes.
Yeah, he's going to get at least 4 back points on that.
Okay. I didn't see him. I saw him roll over. I didn't see the swipes. I guess he was just the opposite end.
Yeah, sometimes some officials don't always do the waves right away, but if you see them on their back like that, they're kind of doing it within their head. So
I see some of these officials at all the tournaments that got rescheduled. I actually was there yesterday with him at Par Hills. I said to him, I jokingly said, hey, we should have carpooled. We'll save some money.
Yeah, of course.
It's always same with Leitner and all them. I always see them multiple tournaments a weekend.
Yep, Frank Leitner, Barry Jackson, other ones, Joe Benvenuto. Yep, all those guys.
Russo.
Yep, Russo, who's been around forever as well, too. Those are guys that, have been around for so long, have really worked up into their state officiating days of wrestling.
See if he can get off his back.
He'll get the tech vault at the very least, but he gets the 6 instead.
Makes it a 9-6 match. As you got the replay here, as you see, grabs the wrist, tilts him over, gets the roll, settles down, sits on the shoulders, and gets the pin. Your Estabilt Wrestling replay of the match.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a really good job by him, being able to get that arm bar thrown in. This is Tyler Cott here for the Golden Eagles.
And for Roxbury.
Evan Cortez. See if he can get in on something right there. He gets the takedown right there. Is Cott. Makes it a 3-0 lead. He has the power half. He had that power half thrown in there momentarily. And now he's trying to work on the tilt, but has the wrist control from underneath.
Now this is where Knolls is going to, like I said, I know we're banging this point home, but they have to win these toss-up matches because you're going in without a 215. You got some damaged wrestlers down low. You got to win these toss-up matches and try to put bonus points up on there. You gave up your 6 to Baczynski. You kind of figured that was in the game plan. You got to kind of rebound here.
Yeah, definitely, and you got to keep it tough. This looks like, to be right now, it's going to be a toss-up match between these two wrestlers, and Coach Roman is definitely going to want all of the toss-up matches as much as possible.
3-1. Kotz leads. Spins around, gets the 3.
He has the arm bar. He had the arm bar and working underneath the wrists there is Cott.
Just under 12 seconds left in this period.
He's just going to ride out the rest of this period right here and take it into the second, and we'll see what he can do from here.
I'd like to thank our main sponsors real quick for this match. The Harrington Companies, Estabilt, Performance Trophies, and who's the fourth one? champion athletes. I was putting
Of
you on
course.
the.
You were putting me on the
I was
spot.
putting you on the spot there. I was trying to see if you know.
Of course. Yeah, no, I do. I was saying them all day yesterday, despite the voice that I had yesterday. It's better today. Much better today.
Not much.
Not much better, but it's better today.
Going to start at neutral here.
You see a lot of these teams nowadays definitely going in for these early neutral positions and taking advantage of the new scoring system now in the sport. As he gets in on a shot right there is caught with a nice double leg.
I like how he threw his leg in there, so he basically had lower body control as he brought him to the mat. That was great. You know, that's technique stuff. Sometimes you don't see it. And here he is. He's getting the three, and he's getting the swipes.
Yeah, and as we said, too, earlier, with these middle weights and the upper weights that you see, a lot of the wrestlers are always working on their upper body strength. They're not always working technique. So when you have that advantage of being able to utilize your legs, it definitely really helps you with your strength, overcoming the technique.
And this is about that limit, that 165, where you go from learning the techniques and the moves to just being two big dudes wrestling each other.
Yeah, this is all upper body strength, as we said, at this point now, once you get up into these upper weights.
And you'll see some differences. Like you'll see Shivas throw some stuff in. Those are the different guys. Those are the guys who are throwing stuff that these bigger guys. I mean, I can say it as a bigger guy. There were moves I see people throwing now at heavyweight that I never were taught.
No, and you don't really see that. It's only very rare exceptions where you do see heavyweight wrestlers. But we'll definitely get up to that opportunity when we get there. It's going to be great to see how we get up into the upper weights and how they match up.
And on a shot here is Kotz. Gets the three. Going to get some swipes. I think that might be it.
Yep, that's going to be.
And he gets the pin.
It's something that the Golden Eagles definitely needed there for Morris Knolls. Extends the lead now. It's 15-6.
What Cortez should have done there, just throwing this out there at the end, when he was leaning there and he realized it was throwing the backs, he should have bellied out. Not give up the extra point. That's what I think Coach was telling him. Like, you're already beat at this point, don't give up the extra point.
Yep, definitely, and that's what coaches were saying on the sideline. And coming up here, Nolan Monahan for the Roxbury Gaels.
Nolan Monahan for the Roxbury Gaels.
And this is Caden Montoya. Really good matchup right here. Monahan, as I talked about earlier, too, Monahan is definitely a kid that you definitely want to watch into the postseason as well, too. Has been working extremely hard in the offseason.
You almost sound like the PR for Roxbury. Do you work here?
Oh, I don't know. Rumor has it that I work here now, so.
No, they're very good. I take nothing away from them. This is what I said. When you look at the counties this year, especially with how tight it's going to be, and some of these districts, it's going to be some really good wrestling coming up.
Yeah, Morris County is definitely one of the hardest. So we always had this debate with HWS versus Morris, but Morris County the last few years has definitely shown the
I think it's Morris this year by far.
Yeah, I think so.
Because HWS has 2-3 really good schools, and then even I think when you get past the Mount Olive in Morris County and everybody else has good wrestlers here and there, but there's going to be a lot of tight battles, and I think you're going to see a lot of teams in that county finals and county standings who are going to be surprise some people just how good some kids go on deep runs.
Yeah, definitely. I know we've had that debate for years, but I definitely am willing to admit now that Morris might be a bit stronger, at least for this year, will be stronger.
And that happens, ebbs and flows. It's just this year, I think, and this, honestly, the last just year so far, I've noticed, like, especially, there's a lot more teams that are not as good as we thought they were. And this is nothing against these teams or anything, but, who may have lost some kids and don't have that backup.
Yeah, most definitely. And, not a lot of depth in certain teams. And we've seen that in the preview videos as well, too, that we've seen. So, but, these are guys and programs that definitely want to build up the best wrestling that they can.
And that happens with this sport. You just have good years where you're packed with talent, then you have years where you guys are just fielding a team, but you got some good kids, and this is one of those years.
And this is pretty much the kind of matchup that I thought it would be going in. 0-0 tie. Not a lot of crazy action going on, but just guys working up on their upper body strength. We'll go into the second period. It's going to be Montoya's choice. He's going to go underneath the start.
Now, you know what what interests me, and I want to look at this because now I'm kind of thinking something in my head as it happens here. Yeah, I was going to say maybe they're obviously going to bump Shivas up to 190, looking at where he's at with his plan. Maybe I could see them bumping up Wagner to 215 because he's right on the cusp there. He's like 190-ish. So if they're bumping Shivas up, maybe they bump Wagner up so they can, not have it be that 6.
Yeah, I think that's definitely what they're looking for, especially because these upper weights, they're missing Nagua today for Knolls. They're missing that. So that's
concussion, I think he had.
Concussion is what what Coach Vasily told us before we went on air.
And this is one of those weird things, too, with the snow and what happened this weekend. A lot of the matches you would have had Saturday, you would have had, Sunday off. Maybe you might have done something Monday, but not really. A lot of that got pushed back, so there were teams who, wrestled, who were going to be in the Lenape Valley tournament Saturday. That was yesterday. There were going to be people who were in different tournaments that got pushed to Sunday, so it condenses your beginning of the week here is, getting more action than you thought you would here before New Year's.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're seeing a 0-0 tie here, too. Nolan doing a really good job with riding from top. Has been trying to work on some tilt moves to get some cheap back points, but he hasn't been able to kind of pull through just yet. But now he had that half Nelson thrown in, but wasn't able to do it. But he's riding tough here from top.
Montoya's doing a good job keeping up with it, too. And you also have to realize a lot of these kids, Roxbury, Morris Knolls, if they're staying it this way for counties, this is also seeding criteria. So you got to remember that when you're going, and that could be the difference of where you wrestle in the match if you get to the semis, finals, or if you meet a tough kid and fall in the wrestlebacks.
Yeah, definitely, and knowing Morris County of wrestling as well too, they're looking at this very closely. They actually, many teams that I've talked to this year, many of their goals is to get a county championship at Morris County. That's how passionate that these coaches in Morris County are about the tournament. And we're going to go into the third period. It's a 0-0 tie still with Monahan going to go underneath, and Montoya had a tough second period.
I think Montoya's just going to cut him and try to go from here. He's got a lot stalling on Montoya. He gave up the 2.
And Nolan got the reversal right there.
And he's running the half. No backs yet, but he's got it in deep.
He had a 1 count, and that was all. But definitely that stall warning definitely is huge right there on Montoya, too, because if he just sits there as well, too, he can get hit with a stall and make it a 3-0 matchup here. Now he's trying to see if he can work on a half as well, too, is Monahan. See if he could try and work on something as he's working to the side, trying to run as best as he possibly can with that. As you said, Don, too, Montoya's probably looking back. It's like, yeah, I probably should have just given up the 1, not 2.
Just let him up, go from there. Now you're kind of getting ground out. So even if you get out right now, if you're Montoya, you're still down 1. So you got to assume you almost have to go for the reversal, or if you think you can get out and get a quick takedown, you got to do it.
Yeah, I mean,
but you can't be sitting here now. It's already 45 seconds left.
Yeah, and Nolan knowing how well he rode out Montoya in the second period, too. That's why you got to have to really work now and just get back onto your feet because you never know what can happen after that.
Montoya's peeling the hands away, but Monahan's doing a great job readjusting on the fly.
Yeah, I mean, he's just been riding tough. He's been working on stuff from the top. He just has to be careful a little bit because he is riding parallel, and the official is telling him to start working to the side a little bit because that's where officials do hit when, especially in these last 15 seconds, they'll hit the stall warning. Doesn't always make the biggest difference in the world, but now the stall warning there on Montoya, make it 3-0 now with that point for Monahan.
Which really is, lipstick on a pig at this point. It's really not changing anything.
Yeah, it's moot at this point, yep. So. Monahan from Roxbury is going to be your winner here, 3-0, and it cuts the lead now, 15-9, the Golden Eagles over the Gaels.
I'm 99% sure this next one is going to be Luke Shivas. Yep, that's going to be Shivas for Knolls. And this is is going to be Christian Tamino.
Definitely a crucial matchup right here, too. As you said, Don, with having Luke Shivas up here at 192. You got to really look at the grand scheme of things here and say, listen, we just got to wrestle as tough as we possibly can and take advantage of 215 and 285 as well, too, in the lower weights.
Well, if they don't send anybody out at 215, you got to assume they want to go through here as they see Shivas coming around. Nice takedown there. But you obviously want to get 6 on the board here and have a trade-off so you're still up 6 going in the heavyweight. And I'm a heavyweight, so I say this, you never know what's going to happen at heavyweight. Never.
No, I mean, it's either going to go to the ultimate tiebreaker or you're going to get pinned. That's how it always works. And you and I have been around wrestling for long enough now where we actually understand that. As he's up 3-0 is Luke Shivas, and now he's trying to work on a tilt. Is Shivas. See if he could try and do something here. As he has control of the wrist there on Tamino.
And now if you're Roxbury here, anything less than a pin is a win for you.
Oh, 100%. If you don't give up the 6 right here, especially to a top-notch guy like Luke Shivas, that's a win for your team. And it's definitely going to make things a lot better for you in the end.
Stalemate here with 34 seconds left.
See if we can try and do something here in those 34 seconds left. He's trying to work something to the side. See if he can try and get something going here from the bottom. This Tamino, and now he's got the tilt thrown in. And I always say this about with tilts. Anytime that you can get a tilt in, if you can grab control of that wrist and work on tilts, it's definitely one of the cheapest ways to get back points. But if you're good at it, it makes things much more successful for you. And that's why it's so common to use tilts in this day and age. Three nothing. Jinx.
I said it first, I win.
All right. I'll give it to you there. But a tough ride there. A great job by Tamino not giving up any more additional points going into the second. He's got to be proud of himself of going into the second period, only giving up just that takedown alone.
Working that wrist there is Shivas. Like a stall warning on Tamino.
See if he can try and do something here. Is Shivas. He's trying to look for more additional points. He's working on that tilt again. Only a 1 swipe. I almost feel like at this point now, if you haven't been successful with turning him, I almost wonder really if you get a restart here or if he gets back to the base, you just cut him and go back onto your feet.
He's got something locked up. He's just trying to tilt it. I almost wonder if he rolls back the other way because the way Tamino is sitting there. If he breaks it, well, he's got the wrist control underneath still. Maybe he can get the tilt again. He's got time. I mean, he's got a little under a minute.
He's definitely got a lot of time right here, too. And knowing what's at stake for the Golden Eagles, they know they got to work up on some points. And now he's going to get the second stall there, and it's going to give Shivas the point. So it makes it 4-0. I almost feel like at this point, just go back onto your feet and see if you can get another takedown and work for those extra bonus points because you're going to need it.
Shivas sneaking around. If he could slide that arm up there, pulls it out for the wrist. Might just crossface there. Tries to get the wrist again.
I mean, a couple of times he had those tilts right in and got at least 1 swipe from each of those times, but Tamino's been really doing a good job. He rolled through every single tilt that Shivas has been working on.
4-0. Shivas leads.
And it looks like we're going to go, we're going to go neutral here.
I figure Coach wants to get the bonus points here.
Yeah, I figured that was just a good choice right there. You took him down pretty early in the first period, so work on the takedown game at this point. See if we can try and get something there. Shivas gets in on a single.
Nice single there. Drive forward a little bit.
Just again, he has that head that's in between there on Tamino. Got to work his head out to the outside, which he does, but blocked off by the whizzer. Is Tamino doing a really good job of using that whizzer. See if he can come out from the back door. He has the boost thrown in.
But he left his leg in there, and Shivas comes around, gets the three. Going to be potentially dangerous on the knee there. It didn't look like it was good, but.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely was a good call to stop that right there, because that could have been a little bit ugly. Almost looked like he could have gotten a three, but as you said, Don, he had that leg that was hooked in a little bit too long. No, I'm talking about Tamino.
Oh, yeah. Tamino came up too much, and just was obviously fighting, didn't want to give anything up, and left himself susceptible.
So it makes it a 7-0 lead here for Shivas. Got to work back up to your feet. If I'm Shivas, I work up with my feet and know that I can really take advantage on my feet. I would just cut him here and get the extra bonus point victory.
That's kind of what I'm looking at here as you're getting to 40 seconds.
As he has the tilt thrown in there. It's going to get hit with both of them get stalling and another point given there by Shivas. If I'm Shivas, I would cut him here with just under 30 to go. But he might just ride him here because he has been riding tough at this point now, because you will get that extra bonus point victory. Looking around, there is Shivas near the out-of-bounds line right there.
He just sit there. He doesn't have to really do anything crazy.
Nope, all he has to do is sit there. 2 seconds left.
2 seconds left in the period.
And that's going to be end of that one. Luke Shivas of Morris Knolls extends the lead for the Golden Eagles, 19-9.
I'll tell you what, though, that's kind of a win for Tamino there.
Oh, 100%. He wrestled excellent in that match. Excellent.
You see the high fives and everything coming there. It's going to be most likely no, maybe they are sending somebody out. All right.
This is Pat Shivas.
This is Patrick Shivas
for Roxbury.
And it's going to be Wagner for Knolls. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Champion Athlete Sports Nutrition, the Estabilt Wrestling Club, Harrington Companies, and Performance Trophies, the official sponsor of GuardianCityHSWrestling.com's live wrestling coverage. Donald J. Brower here with James Clark, Roxbury High School, the Golden Eagles of Morris Knolls, versus the Gaels of Roxbury. Right now, it's the 2:15 bout. Knolls leads 19-9. We started at 1:44.
And coming up here, in the next weight class as well, too. I'm looking over in the heavyweight side, too. So they will be throwing someone out. They have a couple different heavyweights that they typically use up in the upper weights. And it should be interesting to see who they throw out there heavyweight. But the one that's warming up is the one that's going to be probably getting thrown out there from the looks of it. Hand fighting continues to go there. He's working on the Russian tie. There is Shivas. See if he can get anything started here. See if he can bring Wagner down to the mat, and he does. (3-0) here. Shivas leads. If you're Shivas, you're definitely working bonus points. You're definitely working for what you can definitely take advantage of here, especially with Nagua not being here today for the Golden Eagles. And he's get the back points thrown in there. Not a lot of times where you see these upper weights throw in legs. But Shivas is doing that here at 2:15. He has the cross face thrown in there, trying to work on that Turk. Is Shivas. He's getting the additional bonus point, back points there, 4 back points being held there for Shivas if he doesn't stick them. And he gets the pin right at the buzzer. Is Pat Shivas of Roxbury. Now it's going to make the things a lot more interesting going into, especially up at heavyweight as well too. Now they're trying to figure out here who's going to be thrown out here at heavyweight for both wrestlers.
This is going to be I'm assuming this is Holloway.
Ian McMahon in here for the Gaels.
Ian McMahon for the Gaels. And Evaristo for
Evaristo here for the Golden Eagles. And a really big matchup right here. Ian McMahon, also a solid wrestler in his own right too, as you can see right there, already getting in on the takedown, taking advantage of that. 3-0 he leads. Needs to work for some more bonus points though.
I think he had the half there, but
yeah, he was looking for something a little bit more trickier, especially with a cross-face cradle, but he wasn't really in that position to get it.
Evaristo trying to throw him over the top, but McMahon getting back.
McMahon, who I saw happened to see 2 weeks ago wrestle against Hanover Park, had a tough matchup there.
Ooh, look at that. Nice reversal. Has the arm. Going to get the points here. I don't know if he'll get back. He should get. He does get back. Okay, perfect. He does get 2 back. 4-3 he leads. So I'm talking about these upper weights.
See what McMahon can do. He gets out, gets the escape.
Tied up 4-4. What an exciting heavyweight matchup here.
Oh yeah, how many heavyweight matches do you see that are already tied up at 4 here? Not very many.
Oh, they're going at it, and these are lighter heavyweights, so it's it's more athletic and out there. What Evanisto's weighted at 228, McMahon 204. It's almost like a 215 bout. Nothing yet. Evanisto pop his head out. He might get to 3 here.
Unless if McMahon can say something about it, but Evaristo gets a takedown of his own. 7-4, he leads this. Just under 5 to go.
There were near pins, everything, round robin, turn, dipsy-do, whippy-woo, as they used to say in basketball. I mean, that was everything you could want from a first period of a match.
Oh, my goodness. Absolutely incredible.
This literally was almost like a heavyweight fight, just the big blows. Boom. No, and I'm coming. Boom.
Boom, and then that's it. It's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top of this one. If this one can last a full 6 minutes, I definitely would be entertained. I like watching matches that last like this and that are this exciting. Seeing if we could try and lock something up there is Evaristo. He has the power half thrown in, and McMahon trying to get out and get the reversal of his own. He might just only end up getting the 1, and nope, he gets near the reversal right there is McMahon. We'll see if he can get something finishing up here, and he does. Gets the reversal, but no back points have been rewarded. It's going to get stoppage right there for a full Nelson call. That's going to give Evaristo the point, make it 8-6.
This is fast and furious over here.
Oh my goodness, it's just been unbelievable. 8-6 lead here for Anthony Evaristo. definitely leading in this one. And McMahon is just doing everything that he can to just stay within the match, and he has been so far. See if he can get something going. Here's McMahon. He's got to try to run something. He is riding parallel, so he's got to work to the side a little bit so that way the official knows that he's trying to work a pin or something of that nature, because he is riding parallel. And the official is going to tell him, start working for something. Again, he's still riding parallel here. I do believe the official, if he doesn't work to the side, he will hit him any minute. Now he hits the stall warning there on Evaristo, which is also a good call as well, too, because he's not improving his position either.
Might get hit again quick here.
See what he can try and do here. He's just riding parallel, and that's going to get stoppage there. Another full Nelson move right there, and that's going to give another point to Evaristo, who's up 9-6.
15 seconds left here.
Definitely a matchup that Coach Roman definitely wants. He's got to bring him back down to the mat, drop to the leg if I am McMahon. He's not going to be able to do it, and he gets warned for stalling, which was a worry that, Coach Roman was having for his wrestler out there, is to just not give up that stall.
McMahon's going to start at neutral.
Yeah, Coach Roman really wants him to just cut him.
I think that was the plan, but I think he wasn't set.
No, well, he kept looking over to Coach Roman, and Coach Roman kept indicating neutral, neutral, neutral. See if he can do something here from top. He's just got to be able to wrestle smart. 20 seconds gone in the third. Can he get something going here? He's got to watch, because he has it again. I knew that was going to get hit again. And now it's going to give 2 additional penalty points. He's got to cut him here.
Yeah, he's got to let him up here.
You could just tell, especially that last one, you could tell he was trying to work. He was trying to do a power half, but he wasn't really quite into it at that point. So it should be 12-6.
It is.
I think that's just what they were going over.
Just making sure.
Yep, of course. Of course we know, because we're experts.
Well, we have a great crew, too, who knows when to do stuff.
Of course.
For the most part.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing at all. Take it how you feel.
12-6 lead here for.
Both have been hit with a stall warning.
See if McMahon can try and get something here. He's in between the legs. He's got to pop his head out to the outside. But he should really pop up. If he's a right-handed wrestler, he should pop out to the right, and that's exactly what he's going to do. And throwing in the cross face and trying to block it off there is Evaristo.
Oh, great job by Evaristo. Just spinning his legs around, getting the 3. He's in complete control here, and barring a pin, I don't think anything can, take this win away from him. Right? He's major decision territory here, too.
Oh, 100%. This is definitely in the right position that he's in right now. Major decision. This is actually absolutely the bonus point victory that they needed at this weight class, especially. The coaching staff over at Roxbury definitely telling his wrestler to continue to wrestle, get into a stance, wrestle. You're losing time here.
Feels like a swing.
Going to be a regular decision now at this point.
If he pops his head out, it might be. He gets the 3 right on the end.
Yep,
Makes it right back to major decision territory.
Yep, absolutely. That was crucial right there. The Golden Eagles absolutely needed that.
It's going to be 23-15, team score-wise.
And then we'll go right back up to the top at 106, the lighter weight guys that we'll be seeing.
You want to be a sponsor? How do you become a sponsor? Click on your logo here. Send an email to admin@GardenStateHSWrestling.com. Fill out the form. We'll get back to you. We'd love to come out and cover your team. Just let us know if you'd like to come out and cover us. Have you covered. GardenStateHSWrestling.com is the premier high school wrestling provider in all of New Jersey. We're better, bigger than anyone else. The immense coverage we give is phenomenal.
This is Travis Gentile for Morris Knolls, and this is Benjamin Clegg.
We're going to have
Gales.
Gentile, Travis Gentile.
And Benjamin Clegg here for the Gales.
Clegg is Roxbury. And then Travis Gentile.
And let's see, continue up here wrestling, especially in these lighter weights. It's definitely some of my favorite kind of wrestling to see, these technical wrestlers, defensive wrestling, scramble positions.
Want to also, don't forget our local sponsors with Joe's Pizza, Ken's Auto Body, Green Outlook Landscaping, Simon O'Brien Knapp Law, Brick 46. As you see on the screen here, we also have Champion Athletes as a main sponsor.
Yep, definitely. Dan Warnikoff, he knows what he's doing. 0-0 tie here, just under a minute left to go here in the first period. In a very highly even matchup here between Roxbury and Morris Knolls. Getting in on the shot of zone there is Gentile.
Even match here.
Yeah, definitely going to be near stalemate here any minute. I think as neither wrestler are proving their position, but we're getting towards the end. That's going to be the end of one period. We have a 0-0 tie.
Back to the sponsors. Missy's, Bell, Shivers and Bell, and 100% chiropractic. My phone shut down, folks. I'm sorry. I had a list and it shut down. So those are our local sponsors. Thank you so much.
I'm trying to see if he can get something going here. It's 3-0 is the advantage here for Gentile of the Golden Eagles. And now he's got Clegg on his back. Would be a huge 6-point swing right here if he can get it.
He's getting the swipes.
Nothing doing there for him. Going to give up 4 back points right there, make it 10-0 for Gentile of the Golden Eagles.
Wonder if he's going to go for another tilt here. Try to get some more points and maybe finish this off.
Yeah, I mean, he has the half thrown in there deep. Clegg just trying to run it in type as soon as he possibly can and trying not to give up any more points. See if he's got something going there. Is Gentile try to finish him up right there and see if he can get something, but Clegg is trying to work his way out of it. He's near an escape, but the official indicates that Gentile still has control.
Going to be a stalemate here.
See if he can try and do something here, because we're just under 30 seconds left to go here in the second period. Clegg's been wrestling tough here, though. Only gave up major points, but you know, that was only the major set of points that he gave up. He's been wrestling tough here. See if he can try and get something here. Is Gentile. Now he's got the half thrown in. Not going to have enough time to run anything. 10-0 the score currently of Travis Gentile of Morris Knolls.
Clegg is going to take down.
And a very smart way to do it as well, too. Take the bottom position. You've been wrestling tough. See if you can just get your escape at this point. Work up to your free point is what we call it. Free point of an escape or something of that nature. Trying to get a near side cradle right there. He might have it locked up as Gentile. He might get the pin. Well, he's going to get 4 backs. Going to try to look for some more. He's trying to work on that cross-face cradle. Here's Gentile. He has the cradle locked up right there. And
He's got to sink it in here and hold him down. And he gets the pin.
Great job right there by Travis Gentile, who gets that.
As you see here, the Champion Athlete Sports Nutrition replay of the match. Hooks up that cradle, rolls back, sits back, gets the shoulders down, and gets the pin.
Outstanding job right there by Gentile. Going now to 113. This is Jaden Montalvo for Roxbury.
This is Jaden Montalvo for Roxbury.
And Jaden Barrage.
And Jaden Parage for Knolls.
Montalvo, definitely one of those other wrestlers for the Gaels that should be doing some big things for his future as well.
Yeah, he's one of those guys you got to make sure you keep an eye on. I mean, we talk about this squad and what they can do in the future. He's the future.
Yeah, he really is. He's definitely been impressive so far at the start of the season. Even he was impressive last year as well, too. As the arm bar thrown in there. Would be a huge 6 points right here for the Gaels if he can get it. And he's running that arm bar.
A little high, settles back. I'll tell you what, there's some great defense here by Parage, but you're in there with that kid Montalvo. Your goal here is not to get pinned.
You see he's got some back points coming his way. There's Montalvo. He might get the stick right here. He's near it at least. But that shoulder blade of Parage is still up. He's going to settle for 4 additional back points. If he doesn't stick them, and he does, he gets 4 back points. 10-0. Montalvo leads us. Should be really interesting to see what goes on here as we're 20 seconds to go here in the first.
This is kind of a match you expected. You know, 29-15 the team score.
He's got the head lever thrown in there. See if he can do 5 seconds to go in the first period. That's going to be the end of one. Montalvo leads it 10-0. It's going to be Parage's choice. He's going to go neutral.
I mean, realistically, what could he lose?
True. I mean, really, I think it's just the smartest move that you can do. If you get taken down, just go right to your belly. Give up that tech fall. Don't give up the pin.
GardenStateHSWrestling.com is booking matches for the rest of the season, as well as our spring schedule for the Garden State Athletic Network. Make sure you're booking with the best. Don't settle for the rest. GardenStateHSWrestling.com.
But definitely doing a really good job here. Montalvo, he has a 13-0 advantage. But he's definitely looking for a lot more for his Gaels team than just a 4 or 5 point victory. Now he has the tilt thrown in there. Gonna get the backs. That's gonna be it. That's gonna get the tech.
And that's honestly, that's a win for Knolls there. Only limiting him to a tech, making it, not giving up the extra bonus point.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely very crucial for the Golden Eagles. Nothing to be ashamed of right there. Makes it now 29-20. Morris Knolls leads this.
Follow us on social media on Facebook, GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on X, GardenStateHSW, on Instagram, GardenStateHSWrestling.com, or like and subscribe, get notified. We go live. Donald J. Brower here with James Clark. We're at Roxbury High School. The Gaels of Roxbury hosting the Golden Eagles of Morris Knolls.
This is Georgie for Roxbury. And Dominic Laterio.
Laterio for Morris Knolls.
And Georgie for the Roxbury Gaels. Hand fighting here going on between both wrestlers.
I am going to butcher this name. I can already tell.
That's why I'm going to let you go ahead.
Okay, we're going to sound this out. So I apologize. Rek Havizaville. Rek Havizaville. That's the name I'm going with. I'm sorry if it's wrong, but that's what I gather from my instruction.
Yep, I'm just gonna. I was gonna let you take the heat on that one if it's wrong, but
or it could be Rick Flashville. I don't think that's right.
Either way, he got the takedown. 3-0.
Takedown for him. We'll learn your name by the end. I apologize.
I'm just calling him Georgie. That's what I would.
The Roxbury wrestler.
Yes. Georgie the Gale. That has a better ring to it. See what he can do here. He's up 3-0. 20 seconds left to go here in the
Reckaville. That was close.
Okay, there you go. Hey, it actually wasn't half bad. Not gonna lie.
Well, you could tell with some of this stuff because when you look at the name with how a KHV, I'm going to say that's Eastern European. They're silent, so you see that a lot.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's definitely a lot of consonants and definitely some consonants and vowels that could be silent within the last names. But he's up 3-0. See what he can try and do here. As he's up 3-0 and trying to keep his team alive here in the running against one of their county rivals of Morris Knolls. Long-time one for that matter.
I just got an update. He's from Georgia in Europe. So he's from the country of Georgia. Not the state of Georgia, because that'd be a whole nother spelling, and I'm sure there'd be an accent involved. But Reckaville.
There you go.
I get the inside scoop.
Oh, I know you do. Believe me, I know. We all know you're Donald J. Brower.
That inside scoop makes me think of one of our sponsors, Estabilt Wrestling Club, Hackettstown, on Nortright Ave. Give them a shout if you want to get better at wrestling. Estabilt.
That's in my hometown.
They don't claim you. It's up the hill. It's a good part.
Great Meadows.
Yeah.
Or is that more? No, Norright's more Bud Lake. So.
Yeah, Norright's at the top of the hill.
Yep. $3-0 advantage here for Georgie. 45 seconds left to go here in the second. It's going to get stoppage here for potentially dangerous, but he's still going to get the reversal. He didn't like that it was stopped right there, but it was a good call. The arm was kind of Laterio was kind of out there a little bit, so it was a good call to be able to stop it. See what we can try and do here. Nice mat return by Georgie.
See, they're calling him Georgie too, so that's not fair. Because sometimes you call him by the last names. They're even saying, you know what, we're going with Georgie.
That's what I'm going with. See if he can get something going here. 5-0. He's up. He's trying to work on that crossface cradle. But he's got to work to the side a little bit. He's got the crossface locked up there. He's going to get back points. Don't think it's going to be enough for a pin unless if he puts a knee to the side, which is that's something that he is adjusting to do. But he's not going to have enough time to get the pin. but it'll be 4 additional back points. 9-0. He leads this. Going into the third, and Laterio's going to go neutral.
So far, on the bottom hasn't worked, so might as well try neutral, see if we can get a takedown.
Yeah, get a takedown in, try to work something. You got to work something. Either you go offensive like top, or you go neutral. Most coaches will usually choose neutral. Top is kind of like a tricky position because if you're not very good on top, you're just giving up points right there, right off the bat. See if he can try and get something there. He's near the takedown. George
Rekishvili with the 3.
Gets a takedown there.
Yep. Runs a 12-0. Now it's realistically, if you're Laterio, you kind of go into the don't get pinned situation, but going to get stalemate here.
And they're just going to keep him on top. Might as well at this point. Definitely work all the bonus points that you can, but he actually cuts Laterio.
Maybe he thinks he can get the takedown, takedown, escape, takedown again, or maybe get a pin. It's the only reason why you would let him up that quick.
Yeah, probably. I'm sure they're definitely looking at something that we probably don't see from the broadcaster side of things.
Well, they also want to make up bonus points. You know what I mean? Like, you're assuming this is a good win for you because Laterio's a good wrestler for Knolls, potentially dangerous on the arm.
You can definitely tell he definitely knows a lot of those top moves and definitely knows his wrestling for sure. Just has to adjust more to the folk style, high school style.
Well, I guarantee you he's trained by one of the best in the area. I'm sure that he's up at clubs and getting out there and working. So, I mean, very quality performance by him. And I'd be interested to find out where his club is.
I would be too, because I'd like to go to it.
I think you're banned.
I don't know about that. I haven't gotten the word on that yet.
It's coming in the mail.
And a takedown right there by Laterio. It's going to be a major decision win here for Georgie of Roxbury.
Regardless, unless he gets some points on the back swipe, but he's not going to.
And he gets the major 15-5. Georgie wins this for the Gaels. 29-24. Morris Knolls.
We were talking about clubs. Maybe he goes to Estabilt. Only Estabilt in Hackettstown on Nortright Road. Estabilt Wrestling Club, the premier high school wrestling club in the area, partnering with the premier high school wrestling provider in the state. Big win for him there. We're going to head to 126. This is going to be DeSoma for Morris Knolls. I think it's going to be a forfeit for DeSoma. So DeSoma gets the forfeit there. We're going to head to 132.
Jaden Riley here for Roxbury.
Jaden Riley for Roxbury. And then Nathan Gomes for Knolls.
This should be a really good toss-up matchup here between two quality wrestlers.
Now, we started at 144, so obviously Roxbury's going to have to win this bout.
Yeah, and they have to win.
They have to get some bonus points. They're down 9, so however they break that up, are you getting a tech and then a major? You're getting a pin and then hope. There's still a chance for them to win it, but they have to, start producing. And if any loss here puts it out of reach.
Yeah, I mean they definitely need 2 pins to win. That's really how it comes down to, or a pin and a tech, and then you think.
Or even 2 techs. 2 techs they would win. Because they would have the So they would have they're down 11. Excuse me, I read that as 9. It's 11. So that's my math. Listen, I've been hitting the head a lot. I have a 10-month-old daughter. I don't sleep a lot. My math is not my best thing at 10. What are we at 11:15 in the morning on a Tuesday? Excuse me, folks. I don't need the angry complaints.
Yep. So 2 pins or a pin and a tech. And then you're going into criteria, and that's going to really make things a little bit more complicated a little bit when it goes into the criteria.
Well, if they win by pins, they have to win it. Like if they get a pin here, I'm assuming because that's one of the first criteria is pins, and I'm trying to think of how I think they
Or
might
less forfeits. Less forfeits is also a big one, too. So
Yeah.
I think Knowles will come out on top
I think it's
here.
right in there, too. So they have to pin out, essentially, if my criteria is correct.
See what happens here is a 0-0 tie. It's looking to be kind of a tight matchup here right now. Got to get the offense going. Gomes gets in. He has a takedown of his own. Makes it 3-0. 10 seconds left to go here in the first. And that looks like that's going to be the end of one period. 3-0 lead for Nate Gomes.
You also wonder just kind of how everything. We've already talked, as we said, we talked to Coach Facilities. Team's a little banged up before this. Do they send somebody out at 138 if they clinch it here?
Yeah, no, I think it's might as well, especially how beat up the team is. Really, forfeit that last one. It's not going to make much of a difference. You already win it, so I think at that point you're kind of just looking to go into next week into a new match.
This is so interesting how this week has worked too, because obviously New Year being tomorrow, nothing really going on the first, and then nothing really the second. I mean, there's a couple matches, but then the third is like boom, is you're hitting a lot of dual meets. Some teams have also like there's different tournaments like the Elizabeth tournament, stuff like that, but it's a lot of duels, not a lot of quads. With how everything's going this year with the season getting extended, you'd think you'd see more quads, but I think a lot of teams are just kind of like saying, listen, it was a slow start. The weather kind of messed up a couple days, realistically, if you look at it around Christmas. Let's get a match or two and just hit out there. There are some quads, but not a lot.
Yeah, I mean, Mount Olive is having their try on Saturday.
Which used to be a quad, but now it's a try.
Yep. So you got that one. You got the Catholic duels down at CBA. So a lot of great action as soon as the weekend hits, and then we're really right back into the swing of things.
And if you guys want to check out some good wrestling action, follow us on our social medias, especially YouTube. Like, subscribe, get notified when we go live. We're doing the Mount Olive Try. We're going to be doing the semifinals and finals of the Bergen-Passaic duels on Monday from Fairlawn at 5 and 7, which is the expansion of the Big North duels from previous years. And then we got a ton of matches next week, so you're going to want to see where we are, because other places claim to be big, but the coverage we provide at GardenStateHSWrestling.com is massive. We are the premier high school wrestling provider in all of New Jersey.
And a pretty nice crowd here today on a
For a 10 a.m.,
For a 10 a.m. matchup here.
Don't these people work? No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
A lot of people usually work. I mean, the schools are closed all this week for the holiday break, but a lot of people do still work during the holidays.
A lot of parents, too. I mean, obviously, and, it's great to get them out here. I'm just joking about people working, obviously, because we have another match coming up that got moved back that I'm actually going to be running out after to do this, so you will hear me on the Kittatinny at Hanover Park match at 1 p.m. So
should be a good quality matchup right there between two of those squads right there, especially Coach Brandon, who wrestled for Kittatinny at the time.
Two small schools, I think it's safe to say for both schools a little bit of a rebuilding year.
Yeah, definitely.
Nothing away from any program, but they lost some quality studs, and they're trying to get. Hanover Park I think has a little bit of an edge. I know they got Monticello, who came back to Hanover Park from Don Bosco, and they got some other young ones. I think, honestly, the thing that hurt them the most, besides losing who they lost to graduation, was the separation of boys and girls, because they used to have Gabriella Conti down low, and she was dominant for a lot of the stuff. So,
oh yeah, she's really something special for girls wrestling as a whole too, not just for her school, but for girls wrestling. Been impressed with her since she was a freshman.
And she's my neighbor. She actually lives probably about a quarter block up the street from me. I didn't realize that until her dad had mentioned something. He says, "Oh, I saw you by the park," and I'm like, "What?" And I realized what I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" So it's interesting. So
yeah, good old East Hanover, right?
Love it. I wish they'd plow the streets quicker though, but that's just whatever.
Well, that's the state of New Jersey as a whole.
No, that's them. But no, back to the action here as we see Roxbury needs to do something here, because when you look at it, Gomes is basically closing in here on a decision, which that basically shuts Roxbury down. Any points here by Knowles ends it.
Yeah, unless if Riley can just somehow sneak out from the back door and get a quick pin here, which unlikely at this point here right now. So you're kind of looking at this as a Morris Knolls win. And it's a great win for them to start out 1-0 on the year for them.
Especially being banged up a little bit, getting this kind of one going.
See if we can try and work something to the side. Right there is Gomes. Trying to get something here. 15 seconds left to go. But it's going to be, as we said, it's going to be a Knolls win right here unless anything absolutely crazy under the last 10 seconds. But I don't think it's going to.
No, I think right now it's right about here. Even if he gets around, it's only a 2. Even if he gets hit for stalling, it doesn't matter. And that ends it. Morris Knolls clinches the match. It's 38-24. We'll see what happens with the last bout.
As you said, Don, very likely that the Knolls could be forfeiting over here. I'm looking at Coach Vasily, seeing if they're going to throw out somebody. They might, and it looks like they might throw out somebody.
Oh, interesting. Roxbury had to send first.
This is Joe Vecchio from Roxbury.
Vecchio from Roxbury.
And Samuel Allen for Morris Knolls.
Samuel Allen from Morris Knolls. It's our last bout of the night.
Day.
It's all night. I never sleep. It's all the same thing. Never correct me, sir. I'll throw you out of here. You'll be working for some small little operation up the road.
Allen there for a headlock position. See if he can try and finish something there.
You know what I'm thinking about it now too. They send somebody out. I think the way with everything going on the season, I don't think you're going to see a lot more of those forfeits because everything's so spread out. I think you're going to see guys, you want to get them action regardless. So you may see guys where you would assume, oh, I'm up by, 21 points going into the last 2. Forfeit. No, they want to get the kids some actual mat time because of how spread out everything is here.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely something very crucial. They want to make sure that they get that in right away.
Quick takedown there by Allen, but Vecchio gets out, 3-1.
See if we can get something going here. Is Allen of Morris Knolls. Nice shot there on his own there for Allen. Let's see if he can finish that.
I think I got everybody here a little rough. Illegal, they're going to call that a legal procedure, slam.
Yeah, an illegal slam, and they're going to take the injury time right here.
He says he's good, but the referee wants him to get checked out.
Yeah, I mean, you always want to play it safe. Better to play safe than sorry.
Sure, that wasn't intentional.
Oh, no, not at all. Just two guys that are definitely going out there trying to battle it out.
3-0. Allen leads heading into the second.
See if he can try and do something there. Trying to work on a switch, and of course, doing a good job by just only giving up one nod to his Vecchio. A lot going on here. Great amount of action going on between these two wrestlers. Trying to see who's trying to make a move first here, as it's been a chess match a little bit, despite giving up the takedown.
Again, a lot of this might be for seeding, too, with the MCT.
Very likely so. As I said, too, as we talked about earlier, the MCT is definitely everyone's favorite here in Morris County, so they definitely want to make sure that they get into that seeding purposes and criteria.
Nice takedown there by Allen.
And stand him straight up right there, make it a 7-3 advantage here for Allen. As both wrestlers are continuing to really do a good job here, trying to make it a really good matchup right here, seeing what either wrestler is going to do, try to figure out, play a little bit of chess here. Head tapping there a little bit by Vecchio. Under 15 left to go here in the second period. Not much action happening here in the second period, but Allen is leading this 7-3. But Vecchio's definitely trying to get a last-second takedown here before the end. Not going to have enough time to do it. We'll go into the third.
That was impressive. Just keep shooting right there, trying to get something. If he did that probably about 10 seconds earlier, it might have been a different result.
Yeah, I mean, you never stop wrestling. That's what coaches always say. You never stop.
Again, remember, this is the first part of our doubleheader. Is right after this, I'm going to be taking the drive up Route 10 to Hanover Park, where I'm going to be calling the Kittatinny at Hanover Park matchup with John Kovach.
As we said, that should be a really good matchup there between the two schools.
Yeah, it's for two small schools, they're still very good.
No, 100%. I mean, the two coaches absolutely have a little bit of history, too. Coach Brandon wrestling for Coach Gill in his time over at Kittatinny. See, we always like to get those kind of matches with a great storyline behind it.
Or we just like to get matches that showcase the kids. And if you want to book with us, send us an email. If you want the best, come with us. If you want the rest, settle for what you get. GardenStateHSWrestling.com, premier high school wrestling provider in all of New Jersey. Other claim to be big, where we provide the coverage that's massive. Another nice takedown there.
About 40 seconds left to go here in the third. An impressive showing here for Allen and how great he's been wrestling here in this matchup here. As you said, many teams would have forfeited that last match, but of course Knowles wants to make sure they get their guys the mat time that they deserve and they need. So definitely a great job by both coaches deciding, hey, let's just go out there and just put an exclamation point on the victory for either for us here or end the day on a high note for Roxbury.
And it looks like it's going to be Allen providing a nice little ending for his team here. Going to get the 3, going to get a major decision here. Is my math correct?
Yep, major decision.
And he wins 13-5. He's going to make the final 42-24.
And a great matchup right there between two schools and county rivals as well, too.
Follow us on social media, on Facebook at GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on X, Garden State HSW, on Instagram, Garden State HS Wrestling. Like and subscribe, get notified when we go live on YouTube. We have a match coming up at 1 o'clock. We have some other stuff coming up, our podcast. Everything we do, GardenStateHSWrestling.com is your premier high school wrestling provider. Do you own a local business? You want to be a sponsor? How do you do that? Easy. Click on the Your logo here on the team page. Send me an email, admin at GardenStateHSWrestling.com. You get notified in 12 hours. Our prices are cheap, but the coverage is wonderful. You will love what we do. If you have a local business and you love wrestling, you need to be with GardenStateHSWrestling.com and no one else. Now we're going to come into the Harrington press box. James Clark, Donald J. Brower here. Matchup wasn't as close as last year, but still competitive at a lot of points. Just kind of talk about this and what you think about these two.
I mean, I think losing Nagua to a concussion for Knolls definitely had to shift the lineup up, especially in the upper weights. But it's kind of like the matchup that we kind of thought was going to happen. You know, we saw the coin flip make a big difference in this matchup, having that random draw at 144. Great place for Knolls and Roxbury to start out, but Knolls just came in. They're wrestling like a complete wrestling team. You know, even if they lose a guy, they want to go out there. They competed for 6 minutes, and they lost small in a lot of big moments. So that's something that Coach Vasily is going to be looking at going into the rest of the season as well, too, with this matchup here against a local rival of Roxbury.
Well, we're not done for the day. Like I said, I'm heading up to Hanover Park. These guys are going to be getting some interviews with our hammers of the match, most likely from Knolls. We're going to kind of figure out who we got. But for Zach, James, Trent, I'm Donald J. Brower. We'll see you next time, or in about an hour.